say, man, I just want to say, if you're watching this, let's get rich. Let's get rich. Executive produced by Richie Ivy, featuring me, Joseph Davis, coming on all platforms. 1/12/26. Let's get rich. And I'm just here to say, man, focus on your money. And if you're getting some money, invest it. Buy some assets. Buy some things that's gonna gain value over time. Don't I wouldn't say don't buy things that's going to lose value, but yeah, don't buy nothing that's going to lose value, because we're talking about getting rich. We want to stay rich. We want to keep the wealth in the family. We want to have money for our kids. That's the goal. That's what we need to be pursuing. We don't just need to be pursuing outfits for Friday night. We don't just need to be pursuing Saturday dinner. We don't just need to be pursuing getting the money to flex for hoes. We need to be getting the money to flex for these banks. We need to be getting the money to flex for the IRS. Yes, they're gonna tax you, but it's better than not having nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's better than suffering. It's better than the poverty. It's better than not having. It's better than not being able to afford. We need to have better money management skills. This the beginning of the year. You still got time to walk a new path. You still got time to choose to move different, live different, but it must start now. We need to start right now. Financial literacy is a big problem in our community, and we need more discussions about it. We need more of a community. We need more groups. We need more people. We need more advocates of financial literacy. We need more people talking about money. So that's what this project signifies. That's why I simply titled it "Let's Get Rich," because that's our goal with being productive. That's our goal with everyday life. That's our goal with working. That's our goal with hustling. That's our goal for getting up out of bed every day. You should be attempting to get rich, not trying. We're not trying, we're doing. We need to be doing it to make those steps to get rich. Even if you don't get rich, financial stability. You dig what I'm saying? We need to be learning some financial literacy. And I'm gonna just start this by saying, let's start with removing some expenses. When you go into the store, you don't need the $2 soda. Get the dollar soda. You probably, you know what I'm saying? Get you a bottle of water. Get a bottle of water from the store and drink a bottle of water. Stop buying the sugary drinks. You know what I'm saying? It's bad for your health. Stop buying the sodas. It's not even juice. It's a carbonated mix of something. If it's not real fruit juice, if it's not made from fruit, if it's not water, we need to keep that out the picture, because health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? And wealth is health. If you're not healthy, you're not going to be able to enjoy your riches. So yeah, that's the lesson I want to give today, is expenses. Let's cut back on expenses. Let's cut back on things that's costing you money. Let's find not a cheaper way, but let's just be more conscious with our money. You dig what I'm saying? Let's not always buy everything you want. A want is not a need. If you don't need it, don't buy it. And if you can't buy it 3 times, don't buy it. And if you can buy it 3 times, don't buy it, invest it. We need to get into the habits of having our money make money. We just getting money and spending it, then you ain't got no money. You need to figure out how to get the money, use that money to make some money, and then spend that money. Or use the money you got to make some money. The money that you made, use that to make some money, then spend the back end of that. You see what I'm saying? But let's not keep spending our money. Let's not get our money that we already being taxed on and then spending it and then being taxed on what we spend it on. Let's keep it and get those capital gains, but let's invest it, because as you keep it, the value of the dollar decreases. With inflation, prices go up, things go up. You know what I'm saying? Those 25, there's no more 25-cent bag of chips. They're like 50 cents now. They're 2 for $1. You gotta get 2 for $1. There's no more 4 for $1. When I was growing up, they was 25 cents. You can get you 2 bags of chips with $1, a quarter juice. You dig what I'm saying? And probably some candy with the other quarter. But your dollar's leaving you. So that's why we need to get on investing. But let expenses be the word for today. Let's cut back on spending the money. cut back on spending the money. If you don't have to buy it, don't. If it's something that you want, don't buy it. Buy what you need. You don't need to go out to eat. You don't need to DoorDash. You need to cook. And for the most part, try fasting. You probably don't need to cook. You probably don't even need to eat. It's all a mental thing, man. You're not going to die from being hungry. You're not going to starve from being hungry. It's plenty of people that don't eat good every day. There's plenty of people that don't get to eat every day. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of people that can't afford a burger. There's plenty of people that can't afford even ramen noodles. And we looking at that as some affordable. So let's just try to cut back on the expenses. Let's try, you know what I'm saying, budgeting. Let's come up with a weekly meal plan for yourself Monday through Sunday. Sit down on Sunday and come up with what you're going to buy yourself for Monday through next Sunday, and then go to the store and budget it out and say, okay, Monday I'm going to eat this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Tuesday, this breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I'm saying? Let's just try to manage our money a little bit more better than spending it because of our convenience. Make some time. Get organized. Plan your day out. Plan your week out. Plan your month out. Move strategic with your money, because your money is energy. Your money is currency. Your money is your lifeline. So let's just stop giving it away every day, giving it away every time we walk in a store. You go into the gas station to get gas and you leaving out with a pack of cookies and a pack of cigarettes. You don't need the cookies, you don't need the cigarettes if you came for gas. You didn't come for cookies. Leave the cookies there. That's the whole point. That's why they put the shit right there in your face. It is strategically set up for Americans to be consumers, and there's not nothing wrong with that. But we need the money first, and then once you get the money, and you're gonna realize that's giving you a better feeling than actually spending it. I feel good knowing I got money saved. I feel good knowing I got money in my pocket. I feel good telling myself no and ignoring that instant gratification. And I feel good when I cook for myself, when I cook for others, and they eat the food, and the food was good. And I sit there and I took my time to do it. You know, we going out to the restaurants and we paying. I'm not against fine dining. I'm not against it. I'm not against treating yourself nice. But it comes a time where we have to draw the line and be concerned with our future. So I might sit and make a meal, you know, with lobster and pasta and some veggies on the side. Guaranteed at a restaurant, they would have charged me about $60 for a meal that I make at home. Or I could take that $60 and go to a store and buy the same ingredients and just get in the kitchen and cook. And then if you can't cook, find somebody to cook. If you got your woman, ask her to cook. You know, that's why we need a community. You know, we need to start getting together. Families used to all come together and they'll serve each other. But I just want to impose the importance of financial literacy and expenses. I want to lead today with talking about expenses and just saving our money and cutting back on spending the dollar. Cut back, keep it to yourself. Don't let these holidays trick you out your spot. Don't let February's coming up, Valentine's Day. Don't let that trick you out your spot to where you gotta go spend all this money on somebody to make them happy for one day when you with them 30 days out the month. And that month is 28 days. Or however many days. But we shouldn't have to choose one day to celebrate. We need to start celebrating each other every day. If you're going to buy somebody a gift, don't wait until a holiday. I don't celebrate holidays. I don't believe in holidays. That's just another money grab. Like I said, we make money, then they tax it, and then we go spend it, then they tax it. Like, you ain't got no money. They steady taking the money as you get it. They steady putting their hands on it and wanting a piece of it even though you're spending it. So, yeah, let's try to just cut back on expenses, y'all. Let's cut back on spending the money. Let's get rich. Let's really focus on financial literacy. Anybody watching this want to know anything, need any help, need any guidance, need any motivation, got any questions, just DM me, just comment, just reach out to me. I'm always here to teach. I'm always here to learn. I'm always here to conversate, navigate, guide, lead us into a better standpoint of where we are as people, because they don't want you to be financially literate. They want you to be consumers so they can tax you for working and then tax you for spending your money. That's the dumbest shit ever. I already worked for the money and got taxed on my dollar, and then when I go spend $1, I get taxed on it again. That's the dumbest shit ever. I want to keep what I work hard for to myself, and that's we gonna get into investing, because that's what you need to do with the money. But expenses is what we're covering. Stop spending the money. Spend your money wisely. Spend your money on things you need and not you won't. Cut back on the expenses, because those expenses become expensive. And before you know it, you're going to be in debt. Before you know it, you're going to find yourself working harder. And the goal is to work smarter. You can work hard if you want to, but when you work hard, you get good benefits. But I don't want to be receiving benefits just to give them away. I don't want to be working hard just to work harder again. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get into investments. We'll get into assets. But right now, expenses. Let's cut back on expenses. Let's cut back on the frivolous spending. Let's cut back on the celebrating. Let's cut back on the wants. Let's cut back on the instant gratification. Let's cut back on the flexing. Let's cut back on the need to feel wanted. Let's cut back on the accepted, the being accepted because some new shoes are out, or because a new brand is out and that's trending, so you want to go keep up with the trends. You want to, man, that stuff is going to be here. It'll always be here. It's always going to be something new. What's not going to always be here is the money that you get and then you spend and then you got to get some more. We need to keep the dollar to ourselves, or keep the dollar in the community, but cut back on the expenses. So that's so you can start leveling up with your money. So cut back on the expenses. That's the word for today, is expenses. That's anything that's costing you. That's anything that you spent your hard working, earned money on. Cut back on it, man. You don't need the chips. You don't need the candy. You don't need the soda. You don't need the cigarettes. You don't need the instant gratification. You don't need the DoorDash. You don't need to go out. You don't need to shop. You don't need to order things. You don't need to spend the money. You need to have the money. Don't forget the money. Hustle. Let's get rich.